High school game night brought to you by JD's Pazzo Pizza in Ephrata.
Welcome back to the high school game night halftime show. I'm KATHRYN Clark. The first 3 weeks of the football season were all just a warm-up for the beginning of section play. Now is when the rivalries and meaningful matchups really take place. And to take a deeper look at it all, let's bring in our high school football correspondent, Jeff Reinhardt of PennLive.com. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, KATHRYN. Great to be here.
All right, Jeff, let's get right to it. Section 1 going to be really tough this year. Warwick getting a much-needed win last week, and Conestoga Valley with an explosive offense. But how do these teams stack up in the Section 1 title race?
Well, we're going to see here right away. Warwick really needed that win last week. Speaking of them here right off the top, 41-0 over Ephrata. I'll tell you what, Bob Locker kept telling us in the preseason we're going to run the ball, and all of a sudden early on here, Warwick's been a passing team. Colin Gibble's been fantastic. 7 for 9 for 220 last week against Ephrata. Chris Borg with a big night. 4 catches, 130 yards, 2 long touchdown catches. Warwick got it done through the air yet again, so we'll see if they'll stick with this air attack here moving forward in the section, or if they try to establish a run game. We shall see. Either way, good win for Warwick. They needed some momentum moving forward with a really tough schedule coming up. Conestoga Valley, as mentioned, really good offense. Bucks have done a lot of fun things with the ball. Grant Stoltzfus has been really good leading this new look spread offense. He's well up over 700 passing yards already in 3 weeks. But CB kind of took a step back. They had the big opening week there, beat Ephrata, put 70 points on the board, but they've come back with 2 losses in a row, including last week against LS and sort of a high-scoring game in the Lampeter Bowl. So big tester here for CB, going back up to Section 1 for the first time since 1980. They will start with Manheim Township. We will see how they do. Their offense has been really good, but their defense is really going to have to stiffen up here moving forward against the big boys in Section 1.
Okay, well, we move on to Section 2, Jeff, and we're all keeping a close eye here. Garden Spot sitting at 3-0, Manheim Central and Cocalico both at 2-1. They all look great, and of course, there's LS and Lancaster Catholic too. Give us a better idea of how this section is shaping up.
This is going to be great. You know, we've been saying since August, this is going to be the best section race here in the LL. And there's a big one here right out of the chute in week 4, Garden Spot against Lancaster Catholic. These teams joined Section 2 this year. Spartans, of course, were down in Section 3 for the last 2. Lancaster Catholic's back down from Section 1. They haven't played in this section since 1993. Pretty good start for everybody. Garden Spot's the lone 3-0. Mitch Martin has been fabulous, as advertised. Garden Spot survived last week 28-26 against Exeter. I thought that was an interesting way. Garden Spot found another way to win, so they're not just relying constantly on Martin making plays. So held the team off, a good team. Exeter held them off late by 2. So good momentum for Garden Spot, especially moving forward. As mentioned, you got the usual candidates, Manheim Central, Cocalico, like you mentioned, they both have a couple of wins. I thought Solanco would kind of be the sleeper surprise team. They were 2-0, and then they got shut out by Westchester Henderson last week. Sticking with the Barons, Manheim Central was the pick in August. I think at the end of the day, I think their defense is going to come up big and make plays to hold people off. Section 2 is going to be a ton of fun. Keep an eye on it, and I think the Garden Spot Catholic winner here in Game 4 will get a huge leg up with Manheim and Cocalico still out there waiting for the winner.
And last but not least, Section 3, the new home of Ephrata. It's been a rough start for them, but their home opener on the new turf field tonight. So what's in store for the Mounds the rest of the season?
Hopefully good things. You know, I don't know about the rest of the league, but, you know, I hate to keep harping on the negative things with Ephrata. We all know the story, 22 new starters. They've yet to score, which has got to be frustration city over there for those guys. They've been outscored 176-0. Moving the ball a little more, baby steps. They were up over 100 yards and 10 first downs last week, and you maybe chuckle, but that's more than what they had done pretty much the first 2 weeks combined. So there have been some, you know, like I said, baby step positives for Ephrata. We'll see how they do with Northern Lebanon here. That's a hot team. Vikings came into this game here 2-1 with a really good dual threat quarterback, Isaac Ray. He's been fantastic. Ephrata just needs a jolt of something. They need to score. They need to be in a game. They need to move the ball. Something positive, something they can, you know, take more baby steps and just be in it and have some fun. So fingers crossed for Ephrata here as they get started in their new section, Section 3, and their new home, the turf field at War Memorial. Should be fun.
All right, well, as always, thank you, Jeff, for joining us again this week. We'll do it all again next Friday.
Okay, thanks.
Don't forget to check out Jeff's work at PennLive.com for all the latest on high school athletes throughout the LL League. Coming up next Friday on BRC 11's featured game, we head out to New Holland as the Garden Spot Spartans defend home field against Elizabethtown. A new Section 2 matchup in this one as Garden Spot looks to crash the party and capture that section title. You can see it all live right here on BRC 11 in HD. Our coverage begins next Friday at 7 o'clock. That'll do it for the halftime show. Thanks for watching. Just a reminder, High School Game Night's post-game show airs tonight at 10:30 with Chad Landers and Brian Cast. But for now, we'll send you back to Grosh Field for second half action between Cedar Crest and Warwick. Enjoy.